Expect a good clean fight. Ya recibieron las sesiones con una pelea limpia. Golpe legales, legal punches here for you. Legal punches here for you. Touch gloves, we'll get to both of you. Buena suerte los dos.
It's been 17 months since Rais Alim last stepped into the ring. Last time he was fighting was June 2023 against Sam Goodman. He lost a split decision in Australia, and now we have Sam Goodman ready to be Naoya Inoue's next opponent in Tokyo on Christmas Eve. Bernardo Osuna alongside Mark Kriegel coming to you live from Norfolk, Virginia. A big night of action that culminates in a main event headlined by Keyshawn Davis and Gustavo Lemos.
And Rais Alim, instead of getting Inoue, sounds like every hard luck boxing story you've ever heard. He's a good fighter with a good record, coming off a loss. He had to redo his corner. He just wants a shot. He wants to find a promoter. He wants to get back on track. And, of course, he's been out of action for quite a while.
The skills are there, and it's just a matter of getting the opportunity. You see that overhand right from Rais Alim on Ernandez Giraldo. Now you see the downstairs work, opens up a left hook to the head, and it's a good start for Alim.
He got 17 months of pent-up aggression.
Absolutely. He said, man, I had to go work security that, you know, Circa Casino at the sports book, the swim. He says, this is what I want to do. I never lost faith in myself or in my abilities. I had to make it meet, but I was always in the gym making sure I was ready for when the call came, and he made it happen. Nice left hook right to the body combination from Alim.
I'll tell you what, the time off did not do any harm to his left hand, you know, because he's coming in. Sometimes it looks like a jab to Hernandez, but it lands as a hook.
Oh, that's a nice overhand right there from Rais Alim, and he's starting to pick off Hernandez early on here.
This is not just what Alim wants, but most fighters pray for. Give me an opportunity to look good.
Absolutely. And he's doing that so far here against Hernandez, but Hernandez's game, you can see how big he is. Got a half-inch reach advantage, and he's 2 inches taller. Nice counter there from Hernandez. In the corner of Hernandez, they have Raul Rosado and Miguel Sansur saying, you have to land a big shot early on so he respects you.
Stop! Here we go. Box.
Nice body work.
You gotta respect that left hook to the body.
He's trying to break him down here early is Rais Alim. Victories over Mike Planilla, Eduardo Baez, who we saw last week in our fight.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell. 10 segundos. Para la campana.
Nice leaping left hook, and you see the effect it had on Dерлin Hernandez.
That jab is beautiful, right? Water's coming through. Quick. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath. Nice. Bigger shot. Bigger shot. Gotcha.
We spoke about the fluency of Alim's left hand, up to the top, jaw, back to the body, straight a little bit low there, back up top again. Nice work from Alim. Whether he's 17 months, 17-month unwanted vacation or not, doesn't look any less sharp.
Keep that jab consistent, keep that jab to the head, to the body, control. Very calm. Beautiful. How are you feeling in there? Good. Beautiful. Beautiful, baby. Let's get it.
You know, one of the things Alim told us, I'm 34, I'm just trying to make it happen. Sounds like, again, every fighter we have in that room, but he has won 3 title eliminators along the way, and of course, in typical boxing fashion, never got his title shot.
Yeah, I mean, that is so
it's so boxing.
On brand.
And you know what else is boxing? when he went through what he went through in the past 17 months, reunited with an old friend, Dennis Andriaccio, who's an assistant in his corner, better known as Monks in Vegas. It's kind of a typical boxing story, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
But it's more like the old guy wants something from the kid, like, please let me matter again. And I think that it's nice to see him do that. One of the things he did, we talked about Sam Goodman, who's being rewarded for beating Alim with a shot against Inoue. But Goodman's from Australia, and Alim lost in Australia, which is, you know, you look at him now, you kind of get the picture. Maybe if that fight was in the States, might have pulled it out.
Yeah,
he don't look bad.
For a Mexican fighter, when they went to Puerto Rico, they said you got to knock him out to get a draw. And pretty much, you know, that may have, I mean, it was a close fight, but, you know, the local fighter's usually going to get.
It was a split decision.
Like, it was a split decision.
You know, you don't go halfway around the world expecting to win a split decision.
Well, that's our main event tonight, right? Gustavo Lemos. We saw what happened against Richardson Hitchens. He ended up losing that fight, a close fight where a lot of people expected him to have his hand raised, and now he gets another crack at it, this time against another up-and-coming contender in Keyshawn Davis.
I don't know, people were expecting him to get his hand raised against Hitchens. I think he surprised people because he is a good fighter. My feeling is that he went into this saying, I'm not going to let that happen again no matter what. So here comes the 6 pounds. And he has a history of it. The previous fight, you know, I think he was 8 pounds over.
2 pounds overweight in his next to last fight. It had to be postponed in Argentina from August 2023 to December 2023. So, yeah, I mean, once is a coincidence, twice is a pattern.
6 pounds is deliberate. 6 plus.
Okay. 8 pounds is just not giving a damn. It's, you know, it's like, at least he can. Oh, nice left uppercut there from Alim. He's like, hey, 6 pounds, eh? At least it's not 8, but it's still horrible.
Hernandez is pushing back, man. Having a better round than he did. I don't think he's winning it, but he's having a much better round.
10 seconds, 10 segundos, para la campana, step at the bell. Done.
How is this power? Do you feel it? It's okay. You have to throw punches now. And you got to throw power. He's not respecting you because you're not throwing power shots. You're letting him just take the lead with the double jab. You got to respond. How do you slow down a power puncher, Mark? You go downstairs. Alim's been very good at it so far.
Again with the body. There goes.
Straight
he likes that belt line. There you go. That's how it's supposed to look. Slip in and come under, make him pay. That's a nice left hand.
That body shot's going to break him down as the time goes. Let's get a bit.
And you heard Salman Malik tell him the body shot's going to break him down eventually. So that's something that Alim's been very conscious about working on throughout his career, but is evident here for this fight. Just to put things into perspective here, the Virginia Boxing, Martial Arts, and Pro Wrestling Advisory Board has a 10-pound rehydration limit for every fight on this card. And just to put numbers on it, Dерлin Hernandez weighed 126.9 on the scale, same as Rais Alim. Alim gained 7.8 pounds and Hernandez 8.5. And that's a nice shot there from Alim. He's trying to load up.
The right hand hurt Hernandez, the straight right. And it was made possible by his fluency with the left.
Nice combination punching from Alim. Alim has 12 knockouts and 20 victories to 10 knockouts and 12 wins for Hernandez. Nice right to the body, switches it up.
But it wasn't just the right to the body. It was once he scores with the right to the body, he gets out of the way. And you see what was coming back, missed by a mile. That was really nice work.
Nice combination once again from Rais Alim, and this time he gets a warning for shots on the belt line.
Cuidado con el codo.
Yeah, there you go. Money. Keep shutting him down back. You can't get past him.
Nice body work again from Alim.
Sube un poco.
You know, in his time in this game, he's been in with a bunch of guys. He kept mentioning yesterday, at least I think 2 or 3 times by my count, he'd like an opportunity with one of the new exciting champions at 126. That would be Angelo Leo.
Yeah, he says, look, I got my eyes at 130 as well, but Angelo Leo,
I mean,
he's got plans for early 2025 now.
Seeing what Leo did last time, you know, be careful what you ask for, but might be a good fight.
Ooh, nice combination punching. Started downstairs with the right hand and then double left hook to the head from Rais Alim.
No punch, I'm here.
Nice 1-2, and you could hear those stunning shots from Rais
Watch
Alim.
your head, stop. Watch your head. Accidental. Start again. Okay, here we go. Box.
The skill, despite the 17-month layoff, well, no ring rust at all from Rais Alim as he takes on Dерлin Hernandez. Well, tonight it's all about Keyshawn Davis and his brothers, Keon and Kelvin.
You got to cut, Jermaine.
Keyshawn is a hometown hero. He wants to do his best to give back to the youth in his community. One way he plans to do it is with the gym he recently opened, DB3.
Did you catch that?
Once again, on behalf of the Davis family, we welcome y'all into the Davis Brothers Gym. Let's give it one more round of applause.
It was always our vision to do something like this, you know. As we got closer to doing it, we just laid out more ideas and just how we could just reach more and more people, just not just coming home to the scope, but, you know, bringing the gym to the community. So it definitely means a lot. It touched homes, it touched the hearts of our community, man, and that was always our vision.
The youth in this area, specifically the Norfolk area, you know, go through a lot. There's a lot of obstacles and trials and tribulations that they have to go through. And so to have someone that is from that area, to be able to see them, you know, bypass all of that, you know, choose to do something positive and good and then make it and succeed at it, I think that's just an inspiration, and it speaks to his story and it speaks to the story, so many future stories of someone else.
All right, so Mark, we saw good work from Rais Alim and then a headbutt that caused a cut on Dерлin Hernandez.
Well, we talked a bit about the left hand. Here comes the right. Boom. And here we got it one another again. That's making a difference in this fight. Here come the headbutts. You know, I'm not sure Stitch, as great as he is, he might be able to save the cut. I'm not sure he's going to be able to save Hernandez. Stitch Duran, I'm talking about his cut man.
Yeah, and referee Raul Caiz Jr. was kind enough to come over and mention to us that it was an accidental headbutt, as we saw it on the replay, that caused the cut on the left eye of Hernandez.
And I don't think Alim's going to do anything to screw this up, you know, deliberately.
Ooh, that was a lead right from Dерлin Hernandez. Hernandez trying to go downstairs as well, looking for the belt line. But Alim was able to parry that partially.
Alim's one of these guys who came to the game relatively late, but still looks like such a well-schooled fighter. Nice sense of distance Alim has.
Nice combination once again from Rais Alim, and you're right, Mark. He manages distance way in, and then he comes in and closes the gap quickly. What a nice feint with the right and left hook.
I mean, you see a lot of guys who have like long and glorious amateur pedigrees still admiring their work and getting hit after.
Yeah.
And he has not been.
Now you see Hernandez trying to pressure and back up Alim.
Watch your hands. Cuidado con las cabezas.
Great overhand right hand there from Alim once again. Just uses the angles very well here.
It's the angles, it's the distance. It's also his ability to change levels. You know, often with the same hand in the same sequence, the same combination.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell. 10 segundos. Para la campana.
Ooh, nice left hook there from Rais Alim to close out this 4 rounds. He's got Hernandez in trouble, and the bell comes at just the right time for the fighter out of Wilkes-Barre. Do you want this fight or not? Then you gotta man up. Settle down. Hey, that's...
What are you going to tell him? Talent up?
Let's take a look at the end of the round here, Martin, because it was a nice combination from Alim.
Here it comes. He comes back so well after combinations, and then he gets out of the way. Left hand. Are we waiting for it right now?
Turned over that up jab.
Estás echándote mucho.
You're waiting too
No te
long.
me eches. Ponle tus manos. 1, 2, 3 jabs para el frente. Y después le clavamos las manos. Y cuando él esté tirando, tira con él. Vamos a arriesgarnos. Vamos a arriesgarnos. Vamos a pelear con él. Tenemos que arriesgarnos. ¿Qué tú quieres? Agua. Tenemos que arriesgar todo, Dерлin. Todo.
Always waiting for the fighter who's outmatched to go, yo, think it's easy, you go in there.
Let's go. Box.
Someone like, remember Tito Trinidad used to get slapped by his father in the corner? Just someone to slap back.
Yeah, but, you know, Tito had more talent than almost anyone he faced, you know?
Yeah.
This guy, it's not like Hernandez isn't working hard in there.
Absolutely. They want him to be alert over there in the blue corner for Hernandez. Alim staying patient and setting up his shots there. Nice left uppercut and a right hook. Shakes Hernandez to his core, and he's got him back against the rope, and down goes Hernandez. A great combination from Alim.
4, no eres por golpe. 5, 6, te pegó. 7, estás bien. 8, camina para mí. Manos para arriba. Box.
He's been working on getting Hernandez down, and he finally did it halfway through this fight. Nice left there from Hernandez as Alim got a little bit over anxious.
As I said before, whatever Hernandez problems, it's not lack of want, lack of desire, lack of trying.
The corner of Hernandez is confident that he actually hurt Alim after he was dropped, so they want him to pressure, and he lands a nice right hand, does Hernandez, but he takes one from Alim.
I think he took a harder shot than he delivered.
You want to take a shot, but land a bigger shot, not take a bigger shot and land a less significant shot.
I mean, if Alim's really hurt, he's hiding it real well, because he doesn't seem particularly discouraged. I feel like he's moving back.
No, I'm saying the corner thinks that. Or maybe they're just trying to encourage their guy to let his hands go, but just a lead overhand right from Alim. The reaction of Hernandez is just not the same here.
Stop. No. Aquí estoy. Here we go. Box.
Hernandez is more worried about defending himself at this point, keeping his guard up, because that's what happens when Alim puts his punches together. 3, 4 shots at him, and they're all power shots.
It's hard to look so consistently good and be so consistently accurate with a leaping left hook.
Yeah.
But Alim has managed to do it.
Ooh, what a stiff jab from Alim. It just, he's got him completely off balance. When he's expecting something downstairs, he goes upstairs, and he's expecting a hook, he throws a right hand or a straight right. I mean, there's a great punch variety to Alim here through 5.
Watch behind the head. I know it was accident. Careful with that.
It started with the left,
10
now it's the left
seconds.
and the right. It's straight punches,
10
it's hooks.
segundos. Para la
Body,
campana. Stop at the
head.
bell. Time.
Good way to punctuate an excellent 10-8 round for Rais Alim. And Mark, let's take a look at how this knockdown came to be. He'd been working on it and finally came
The
to
combination
fruition.
starts with the uppercut, a hook, as you said, long right hook. And he just sort of overwhelms him. Hook. Right hand. Down. I mean, I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah, he withstood it for 5 rounds and then finally got him off balance, and it was just the volume of punches. That right uppercut is the one that hurt him early, and then he followed it up with hooks, and just great consistency from Rais
Yo,
Alim.
you see him loading up. So you can time that right hand as he comes in. He'll knock himself out, so time that in.
Well, there we have it.
Mouthpiece. Hazte para atrás, por favor.
Talk about running someone into a punch, and that's exactly what the corner
Box.
wants Rais Alim to do to Dерлin Hernandez.
Salman Malik.
Good body work from Hernandez here.
He's had
Open up round 6.
He's had a good jab, too. You know, it's not like he's not trying.
Alim just can't get greedy here because he was throwing that overhand right from a long distance, and Hernandez was able to pick him off there. But that's the distance he wants to be at. He's very accurate, perfect, precise. And okay, now he gets caught for an elbow. We're going to have to check a look at it on the replay, but the right landed clean before the elbow.
As soon as he was feeling the body shot, he poked him with a jab.
This is the definition of picking him apart. 60% of Alim's victories have come by knockout. 10 out of 20, or 12 out of 20. 10 out of 12 for Hernandez, so there's power there.
I can see that.
Yeah, but you
he's a
have to
strong
be
guy.
standing there in order to be.
Right. But those shots, I'm sure, that knock other guys out, knocked other guys down. Alim is just not there to be hit.
Corner of Ernandez says he's getting a little tired, so it's your moment now.
He's getting exhausted
nice
from
left
beating him up.
It may be. You can punch yourself out.
Stop! No, no, no.
Joe Frazier.
Does it look like he's getting punched out?
Not to me, but
It looks like
corner's seeing a
Hernandez is
different
getting
fight.
punched out.
More like Mike Tyson's punch out. Look at the
You're
legs
not even
of
old enough
Hernandez.
to remember that.
Look at
Stop.
Yeah, I played that
Here we
game
go. That was good?
You're older than I
Here we go.
thought.
Watch out. Here we
Yeah.
go. Box.
for sure. 70s baby. Dialed up.
I was already
Internet.
past my prime in a second.
Step up. No, no, no. Here we go. Box.
Alim is putting in work here through 6 rounds on
10
Dерлin
seconds. Stop at the
Hernandez.
bell. 10 segundos. Para la campana. Tiempo.
All right, let's take a look at that warning that Alim got for the elbow in the follow-through, Mark.
Let's see if it was a deliberate elbow. Right hand. I think we got another right here. Boom, left. Where's the elbow? Oh,
Had I known, I would have came to you from the beginning.
Yes.
yeah, on that side. Here comes the uppercut. Kind of caromed off his solar plexus. But nice shot.
And Raul Caiz Jr., he's going to be our main event referee. Over 25 years experience, started in 1999, following in the footsteps of his father, who did it for 34 years before retiring. And he did referee Lemos's only career loss against Richardson Hitchens. He'll be in the ring for a Keyshawn Davis fight for the first time in his 761 career. 64 of those world title fights. So a young referee who got his start very early. And Tim Bradley was just commenting here ringside on how few referees, Mark, actually catch that elbow, the follow-through elbow, like Raul Caiz Jr. was able to catch. And
I bet he caught Timmy one time.
With headbutts. Those are hard to miss. Oh, what a great right hand there from Dерлin Hernandez.
There were two of them.
Now he's got Alim backing up momentarily. Nice jab from Alim. What better way to stop your opponent in his tracks as he's setting up a power shot, because he knows he needs to be set. And there you see the punch output from Alim picking up after a great start for Hernandez here in round 7.
Once again, that's what I like from Alim. As he comes forward, hits him with a combination. What's coming back misses.
Nice body work again from Alim. Just a variation of his punches, just keeping Hernandez guessing. He doesn't know where it's coming from. He just knows it's going to hit him.
No punch, no punch.
I mean, Alim is actually at his best after he finishes the combination.
Ooh, now they're exchanging.
Because he gets out of the way. Whatever's coming back,
Watch that shoulder, watch that shoulder.
there's a very low chance of missing. Very high chance of missing.
Oh, great overhand right there from Ernandez.
That was the best counter of the fight for Hernandez.
You cannot get complacent against a puncher like Hernandez. That's the shot he has in this fight.
He must have heard me.
Hernandez having his best round here, and he's got Alim on the back foot.
You think he's winning this round?
I mean, he landed the most significant punch. I don't know if it's going to be enough to overcome the volume of Alim. Nice body work from Alim.
I think the volume's going to be a bit much to overcome.
No, don't pull his head down. Don't pull his head down.
Because he's landing effective punches of his own. It's not been a close round. It's just the best punch was Hernandez, but it's the volume of punching.
That's what I'm talking about.
Turnaround. Yep, good way to spin him and then pop. He's wearing the colors of Spain. Is Rais Alim, and why not? Little bull fighter against the bull, the matador.
Box, 10 seconds. Yes,
action here in round 7.
Listen for that bell.
But Alim has not been perfect in this fight, and Dерлin Hernandez gave him a scare here.
Here come those right hands.
Boom.
That was the time he caught him. Long overhand right, coming off a combination. One time he fell asleep.
That was from Newport News, not Norfolk. And there is Norfolk's own Kelvin Davis, the oldest of the DB3 brothers. He'll be coming into the ring looking for his 14th win.
You know, I spent time, we did a piece with all three brothers today. In so many respects, Kelvin Davis was the father figure. And DB3 was born when he suggested we should be DB3.
Round 8.
But it really didn't come into being, come into existence until Keyshawn said, hey man, we can't be DB3 for real unless you come back to boxing. At that time, Kelvin had already left the amateur circuit. He was driving a truck. You know, he had his own business. But it was very, very important for Keyshawn, for Kelvin to come back. And the more I talked to all three brothers, the more they were clear how important Kelvin was. He was the father figure.
Yeah, and the times that Keyshawn had issues in his life is when he was dealing with the pressure of being in charge of taking care of the family, and then you'll get deeper into that conversation later on tonight.
It was a pretty extraordinary conversation you know, you're not expecting, especially a young fighter who never wants to show any vulnerability, to talk about the things that Keyshawn had enough guts to talk about. But one of the things that really broke him down as a teenager was Kelvin not just leaving boxing, but after he left boxing, he left the house. And I know from Keyshawn telling me that he was rudderless without his older brother. And that's why the idea of DB3 is so central, especially to Keyshawn.
And tonight, it all comes to fruition. All three brothers on the same card. Keon making his pro debut next, and there'll be a fight in between. Calvin gets in the ring, and then tonight's main event featuring Keyshawn Davis, just a step away from fighting for a world title. But for right now, it's all Rais Alim. The variety in his punches, the footwork, the power behind those left hooks, and the overhand rights. It's just a complete performance so far from Alim.
Did you hear the sound on some of those left hooks? Bernardo, did you hear, like, they hit? You could hear them hit.
Nice. 1-2 from Rais Alim.
I think that was Tim Bradley, if I'm not mistaken.
Tim Bradley
telling
giving
our man
directions.
Alim, like, you know,
Keep your deep
right
hand.
hand.
There it is again. Even when hey, this is his fight off, and Tim Bradley just can't help himself. Look, we're gonna,
He just wants me out of here. Come on now. Look what we got here.
you got 20 seconds to say your piece.
Come on, headbutt. Come on, headbutt.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, Alim is having a hell of a fight, and then he gets lackadaisical on his defense. Lead hand down by his waist. What is he doing? I mean, that's he's.
I think he should go in the corner and wrench the kid.
I mean, if he gets knocked out, it's going to be from a right hand. I'm telling you, he's going to run right into it. Chin up in the air as he's moving. Lead hand down. Right hand going to catch him.
Oh,
There goes
Tim,
right
you're a
there.
prophet.
He had his hand up that time, but
Prophet
right
of
hand
doom.
came down the middle.
10 seconds. 10 segundos para la campana.
We haven't done 3 announcers at the booth in a while, and Tim Bradley just couldn't get enough. Then we can't get enough of Abdullah Mason. 5th fight of 2024. He's 4-0 with 4 knockouts. He's on a 5-fight knockout streak.
Could be
And
a
Tim
fifth knockout of the
Bradley,
year.
this young man, he is a smile. He's got $1 million smile, but if you have to stand across the way from him, he's just different.
Oh, absolutely, he's different. I mean, I haven't had to stand across the way from him, but I know his opponents. I mean, most of them get inside the ring, and they get spooked by the speed and the punching power that he possesses. But this young man right here, look at that smile. He's on his way, people. Just a matter of time.
Long enough so I can come watch it, huh?
He's talking now, but he's not a loud kid.
No.
You know, what's loud is when you see him in there.
Look, he lets his punches do the talking. Valiant, his father, and the 4 brothers, because they're the Mason 5, they are special in how they look out for one another.
Yes, they are.
And Tim, we see it with Keyshawn. He's the middle brother. Mason is somewhat in the middle too, yet they're taking the lead and carrying their brothers
Ain't that
with
something? Isn't that weird? That's weird to me. I mean, Calvin. Oh, let's look at who walked into it. Oh, there he is.
Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed welterweight champion, now up at 154 pounds, just won his title. He's giving Troy Isley, his stablemate at B&B Boxing, great advice. And Tim, what does it mean to a fighter when someone of Bud Crawford's stature comes into the locker room to speak to you before a fight?
What do you think it does? It motivates you. You know, gives you comfort. He's giving you some knowledge. You know he's been at the top. You believe everything he's saying. He's been here before. He's probably telling them, hey, stay relaxed. Follow the game plan. Don't get into your emotions. Just going over the things they worked on in the gym and telling him that he is ready for this moment. You know, fighters, that's all we got to hear, to be honest with you, because we fight demons every single minute, every single day. But that's all we got to hear. Somebody believe in us we're going to start to believe in ourselves. So that's what Terrence Crawford was able to deliver to him.
And Mark, Rais Alim said, even when others didn't believe in me, I believed in myself. And you can see that the talent is still there, even after a 17-month layoff and having to take a security job out there in Vegas. He's meant to be a boxer.
I'd like to see him get a title shot after winning so many eliminators at this point.
But you cannot get caught by that long right that Ernandez is throwing.
I think there's something to what Tim said. Yeah, I mean, Hernandez is not going to win there backing up, but he's gotten hit more with straight shots in the last 3 rounds than he had the entire fight. He looked invincible before. I'm wondering, listen, this is a guy who's been off for a long time. He wants to make a statement. Does he need a knockout tonight?
No, but look at the activity and the amount of punches that he's been throwing.
But you got to make a statement.
I get that, but being off, again, it's going to affect your stamina. It's called ring rust. Starting off...
Well, you were helping him out with that.
No, but I'm just saying. Look, starting off...
Oh, what a nice right hand, and then a straight left from Alim, and now he's got Hernandez in trouble. Hernandez is just fighting on heart, but that was a powerful combination, Tim, that Alim just landed.
Hernandez is fighting on ego, too. You know, he wants to have his ego attached after this fight. He knows he's not winning this fight. He's looking to get lucky with that right hand. Hopefully that, you know, Alim will make a mistake, drop that right hand and gets hit, or drop that left hand and gets hit with that right hand.
When you say ego, what do you mean? You mean the one thing he can salvage is going the distance?
Yeah, going the distance, one, and fighting as hard as he possibly can.
Oh, 1-2 finish.
No pegues atrás con esa parte de guante, ¿ok? Último asalto, ¿estamos bien?
All right, Mark, that was great work from Alim here in the combination punching.
Hits him with that right hand. Boom, comes back immediately with that jab.
Transition is amazing. That's what I like about this kid, Alim. You know, great in transition from offense to defense and back to offense. The only problem that I see with him is, again, dropping his hands on the exit. When he's disengaging, he's dropping his hands. And that's when he's going to allow Hernandez to just come forward and let his hands go and get lucky.
I don't know if he got tired or just thinking that he can't be hurt.
He's tired. He's been out of the ring a very long time. Of course, he's gotten tired. And he's fighting a tough guy that's been fighting back, going down to his body as well. So he's dealing with that as well. But he's doing pretty good, I believe. He just needs to, again, tighten up his defense a little bit. Stay correct with his technique. Now he'll be all right. He'll be able to finish this fight.
You know, Top Rank has a great matchmaker in Brad Goodman. And what this match showed was, how good, remind people how good Alim can be, but also to remind Alim the little things he needs to work on.
It's pretty impressive that the last 5 fighters that Alim has fought have won, defeat, or have been undefeated. 92%, 94% of their wins in their fights at a record of 87-3-3 in 93 fights. So their efficiency is pretty impressive. And now we see Terrence Bud Crawford move over to Kelvin Davis's locker room, the 2-division undisputed world champion, dispensing knowledge. And Tim, he welcomed the Davis brothers into his camp. He welcomed Troy Isley into his camp specifically for this, for mentorship.
Absolutely. Mentorship. You know, it's all about giving back. That's what it's about. You know, Terrence Crawford has been very successful in this game. He's accomplished a whole hell of a lot. I mean, he's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. But yes, that's what it's about. I mean, once you make it, you want to be able to show others how to make it.
You have to remember Omaha, Nebraska. When Terrence and Bomac started this, no one wanted to go to Omaha. Omaha was nowhere on the boxing map. Now it's the center, at least the United States boxing map, and everybody wants their counsel and advice and encouragement.
Yeah, and now they're willing to leave Omaha to go to Vegas and
But
train.
I also think it's one of the things I think that Terrence enjoys is this being an elder statesman, is being a guy that fighters come to for advice, for inspiration, for all sorts of things after the boxing community shut them out for so many years, pretended they weren't there.
Look, and Bud's great at it. He really thrives on sharing his knowledge and his ability with the younger generation. Started with Shakur Stevenson, and it continues with Keyshawn and the crew. And you see Alim here. Nice left hook there from Alim with less than a minute left here in the 10th and final round of a dominant performance from the fighter out of Las Vegas.
He's also added a nice overhand right in the latter rounds.
Well, that was exactly what I did when Bud came out to my camp. So he's just returning the favor. He's passing it along to all the younger ones now.
It's called paying it forward, right,
Paying
Timmy?
it forward, yes it is.
You were the guy who said he was going to be
Absolutely.
a world champion, and now he sees that talent.
Oh, it was more than a world champion. I thought he said he was going to be #1 pound for pound in the world. not,
So you were already double stamping dudes back then?
Yes.
Wait a second. You said to him what you told me. Hey, you're no sparring partner. You're a world champion.
Absolutely.
And he said, you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is.
And at the time, Timmy was like a top 5 fighter.
10 segundos.
Yes,
He was
I
all
was.
right. He was
10
all right.
seconds.
Big head.
Oh, good right hand there from Rais Alim to punctuate a very impressive performance against Dерлin Hernandez. And what great resistance and heart Hernandez showed in this fight, Mark.
Let's bring you some highlights. Got the leaping left hook going down to the body. Another left hook. That was early in the fight. Boy, that left hand was beautiful. Body work.
Yeah, Alim, he put together. I thought he put together a masterpiece. I really did. I was sitting back here saying, man, I really love his tactical work, his technical work, moving out on angles.
Then you had to come in and lecture him on his hand.
Letting those combinations fly. Beautiful combinations. Spinning around again. He's great in transition. Good footwork. There was a lot of things to like and take from this fight tonight. I think this is a great fight coming back for him.
I'd like to see him
Oh,
again,
absolutely.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen,
And I like his work rate, too.
His work rate is good. He's a guy who's going to give you his all. He was tested tonight. He was against a tough game guy. This is a really good, profitable evening for him.
And the most important thing, too, is, look, when you get an opportunity, you have to make the best of it. And he's the first of several fighters tonight, including our next fighter, Robert Merriweather III, who says, look, this is like an audition to me. I sought this out, and I get this opportunity to be on ESPN. I want to show them what I'm capable of doing. And you know what? There's been some disappointing performances from fighters who are part of the top-ranked stable of late. You know what? You do stuff like this, you take a spot.
Yeah.
Well said.
All right, Mark Chinook, your spot is safe, my man. Don't you go worrying about anything. Give us a decision.
I'll see you later, big head.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here inside Scope Arena, Norfolk, Virginia, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Mark Datilio, Chris Flores, and Steve Weisfeld all have it 100-89. For your winner by unanimous decision, Rais the Beast Alim.
Dominant performance. That 5th round knockout gave him the extra point. 189 on all 3 scorecards. What a way to start off.